It is just Kelley today. I am going to be reading some stories again. Because we didn't have a listeners or stories Campfire episode. So I did want to do a little bit of something because we weren't able to do that. We had some personal things come up, both Kendall and I, so we wanted to still do something. So I have some stories that I'm going to be reading, and this first one is from a Reddit user. So last year, the Reddit user, Small Bean Dean, I'm just going to call him Dean. Dean went to a friend's house for a party. Around 1 in the morning, the group decided to use a Ouija board. Bad idea. The Reddit user was the only one who believed in accounts of the paranormal, so she was hesitant when her friends brought out the board. Yep, I would probably be too. But instead of giving her friends more reasons to tease her when it comes to the paranormal, she acted as if she didn't believe in such activities. Bad idea. They began asking the board questions. They started with a few normal questions, and nothing really exciting happened. Then someone asked if the spirit wanted to hurt them, and it responded with, "Only one." The group started to get creeped out at this point, and obviously, rightfully so, when one friend asked the natural follow-up question, "Who?" The board spelled out Natasha, the Reddit user's full name. Okay, so her name's Natasha. It should be noted that she doesn't care for their full name, and everyone always called her Tasha instead. Tasha then left the room while her friends continued playing, but found out later that night that the group totally forgot to say goodbye to the board. Does anyone listen? You're supposed to say goodbye, especially when you're using something that... This is why unexperienced people should not be using Ouija boards. And yes, I know, I've used a Ouija board, but I did it the right way. Okay. Anyways, anyone familiar with a Ouija board knows that closing the interaction with the spirit is crucial before stopping use of the board. Needless to say, she was nervous. After this, Tasha has no memory of the night. She only remembers getting a migraine and nosebleeds. Her friend took videos of her acting strangely, speaking with a changed voice. Oh my gosh. And few instances of her talking in other languages. However, that night wasn't the only time this happened. In the days following, Tasha's parents reported the same things happening. Once again, she remembered nothing but migraines and nosebleeds. It sounds like a possession or something. About 2 weeks later, she was back to normal, or so she thought. Tasha was suddenly hospitalized for an excruciating pain in her kidney, so bad that it almost shut down. The doctors tried everything but couldn't figure out what was wrong. Then, on the day she was scheduled for surgery, the pain suddenly stopped, and 1 day later, she was released. Since that incident, she has never felt like she was truly alone. Sometimes she feels someone grabbing her hands or neck, making it difficult to breathe. She's always believed in the paranormal, but this experience made it far more real for her. Oh my gosh. That's so creepy. It makes me creeped out that I'm reading this alone by myself with my cat. He's just looking at me. Like, why are you talking to yourself? I'm talking to you. He doesn't want me to talk to him. Okay, so we have another story. So this person's called Mystic Gypsy, 1976. So I'm going to call him Mystic. Mystic always been into paranormal stuff and has experienced a fair number of encounters throughout their life. Recently married, them and their spouse Charlie moved into a beautiful little house in a quiet neighborhood. They had only been living there a short time when they started noticing strange occurrences. Ooh! The first happened while Charlie was upstairs in bed, and they were downstairs watching television. Suddenly he ran into the living room and asked if they had just been in the bedroom. mystic answered no, and Charlie panicked. He said that he had been lying in bed. Someone had pushed the blanket up so his feet were exposed, and a cold hand had caressed his foot. Oh my god, nope. This is like my worst nightmare. Oh, no, thank you. To avoid the spirit, they moved their... Oh my gosh. Ugh. So they moved to their room to a different bedroom to avoid the spirit. But the activity continued, because obviously moving to another room is not going to solve the problem. So they heard heavy footsteps going up and down the stairs. I should not record at night because I'm like yawning. Okay, so they heard heavy footsteps going up and down the stairs. Bowls and pans would spin clockwise on the counter. Dark, full-bodied figures would walk, passing their bedroom door, and vanished. A knife was once lifted and thrown across the kitchen by an unseen force. Oh my god, no. That is terrifying. I would just move out right then. I would just be done. Nope, no more living there. I don't care. The dogs would bark into the corners of the house. No. Dogs know. They absolutely know. Oh my gosh. So once they even looked up into the window of the master bedroom and saw an elderly woman staring down at them. Eventually, the young couple had enough and talked to their neighbors to learn the history about the house. Probably should have learned that before they bought the house, but you know. They learned that the house had been built in the 1970s. The elderly woman who had owned the house before them died at the age of 101. The two had no doubt this woman was a spirit tormenting the house, so the writer decides to go upstairs and make peace. They inform the spirit that they intend to remain in the house, and they promise to keep it nice. They offered to help her cross over, but also said she was welcome to stay if her presence became peaceful. Since then, the couple has been living peacefully in the home, and the old woman occasionally makes herself known. Oh, that was actually kind of cute. Because I feel like most ghost stories or demon possessions, it's kind of like, oh, all of this crazy, scary stuff happens. But that was kind of nice. They're kind of like, let's just like coincide and live with the ghost. I like that. Alright, so here's another one. About 2 weeks ago, from when this was posted, Twin Fish 93, ooh, I like their name. I'm going to call them Twin. So Twin's little sister began hearing voices. She said it was a deep and masculine voice that called to her at night in her room, telling her to come outside. Nope. Can you just imagine that? Like a voice being like, come outside. Ooh. Nope. My masculine voice is not very good. It comes from outside in the middle of their yard. One day their parents went out and the Reddit user, Twin, their two little sisters, and their friend stayed home alone. That night, they saw something moving in the small patch of trees in their backyard. It might be a raccoon. Telling the younger sisters to stay inside, they went to investigate but found nothing. On their way back inside, something threw them over 5 feet into the air. What? They scrambled to their feet and ran inside, losing a shoe in the process. After cowering inside for a few minutes, Twin realized that they needed that shoe for work the next day. So Twin ventured back outdoors. This time, Twin came prepared, bringing their dog with them. Makes sense. But the dog refused to follow them into the backyard. As quickly as they could, they grabbed their shoe and ran back inside. Finally back inside, they asked the elder of their sisters to look at her back because it felt like it was burning. She pulled up Twin's shirt and screamed. There were several long scratches running down the user's back. The four then went out to the front porch while the youngest went back inside to retrieve something, but came back a few seconds later saying someone was looking into their back window. The only problem was that in order for her to have seen someone in the window, that person would have had to have been over 7 feet tall. Now, all thoroughly freaked out, they decided to remain on the porch until one of their parents came home. That's probably a good idea, but also you might not want to be standing outside in the middle of the night. But, I mean, you do you. After a few minutes passed, they heard heavy footsteps running across the front yard from the side of the house where the driveway extended. Gravel flew as though it was being kicked up, but nothing was there. They went back inside until their mom got home. She blessed the area where Twin was attacked and their sister's body and the spirit. Whatever the thing was, it didn't appear to be able to get inside the house. The user and their sister still believe it hangs around the house to this day. Ooh, that's so creepy. So thank you for listening. This was kind of a mini campfire episode. So thank you for listening. This is Twin Theories. I am a twin, and those were my theories. Thank you, and goodbye.